Okay, so it's been a while since I've done one of these kind of drawing videos. Obviously, I've been training, and on top of that, I've been catching up with previous clients' artwork because I was off for a month of coronavirus. So I didn't actually use any color pencils. All the drawings I've done were actually in black and white. Yeah, I do. What I'm gonna do, like mainly my portraits of people, I like doing in color, and then the pets I love doing in color, in black and white, and my pets in color. So obviously this is a practice one, come out really great. This will be like my kind of stock photo or drawing that I've done of a pet. Now what I'm doing right now is I'm doing the KESAN drawing. So for anyone that doesn't know, the KESAN means farmers, and there's a farmers protest in India outside Delhi, and it's been going on since November. Now, obviously, I couldn't actually do anything because I was ill for a month for coronavirus. Then when I did get better, I then had to catch up on clients' artwork that I did. Obviously, I've got to make money. Can't really show them. One of them was for a client, somebody that passed away, so they don't want it to be public. The other one was for a birthday, so I can't show it till after the birthday, and that's in a couple of weeks. And the other one, once again, they didn't want me to kind of like put it on social media, so there's three of them. There's not much I can do about it. You know, that's how it works sometimes. So what I'm doing now is that I'm going to be going over the KESAN drawing here. So what's happening in India at the moment is basically there's a protest going on, which has been going on since November, and it's not a Sikh protest, it's a farmers protest, because Modi, that little fuddu, I'll chapere him in the face if I ever see him, send that to the Indian embassy, you little pricks. Put through three laws without consulting the farmers, which is heavily affecting them, and on top of that is trying to what's called kind of like, bring in big corporations to destroy the little farms here. And obviously there's lots of little farms in India, and I do agree that the farming situation needs to be let's say I'll talk about it afterwards as I'm drawing, so I can draw it saying. So basically the drawing here is basically going to be not overly complicated. It's not really that imaginative in a sense. I've not really made too much up. So what's going to happen is in the middle, I'm going to have the an old Sikh man. Here, I'm going to have the picture, which is one of the iconic pictures of a Sikh guy, old Sikh man, about to get hit with a baton, and that's going to be the focal point here. He's going to be in the middle here. As you can see, I already started drawing the helmet, and over this side, I'm still not 100% exactly the composition, so I've left it blank. But what it will be is the same soldier that is beating this man is going to be fed by Sikhs, because we obviously believe in langar and free seva and stuff. So before everyone says, oh, you're making this up. Now this picture will be kind of from my imaginations, but it's going to be taken from this. So you can see here, here's actually soldiers and policemen that were literally, maybe beating the protests, and the protests are actually feeding them. And I'll go over that as I do my drawing and stuff. So this is a drawing about how Sikhs kind of like deal with certain things like this, because we believe in kind of what's called langar, and that's for everybody, even your enemies. Now obviously this is going to be done, and I'm going to be going over it. I'll kind of talk as I'm doing it. I'll discuss the farming issue as I'm doing it. The other drawing that I'm doing at the moment is big up to SUNNYS, one of my long-term subs. Also my Sikh brother, and Punjabi brother as well. I thought he was from the UK, but he might be from Canada. I need to double check, man. Yeah, obviously this is going to be his dog that passed away, and what I'm doing with this is that I'm building up my portfolio, because I actually want to go into pet portraits as a separate business, which is going to be exclusive color pet portraits, including cats, dogs, budgies, whatever. Yeah, and one of the things is that anybody that contacts me in the next 3 months, I'm going to give a big discount depending on how let's say cute your picture is going to be. Yeah, so email me, it's going to be below. And thingy. So I haven't got no cats at the moment. I've got a couple of dogs that I need to do, but I'm going to start now with SUNNYS. Big up to Sunny. So here's his dog here, which is the original picture. passed away. And what I'm going to do is I kind of find the background quite boring. So instead of having that background, I've asked you know, Sunny to send me some other pictures. And this looks like Canada. So maybe SUNNYS is Canadian. And so he's given me this picture, and I'm actually gonna have this picture in the background. Yeah. Because like I said, this is just pretty relatively boring, and I just think it's not that nice. So I'll have that. Also, he wanted me to take the pumpkins out, so I can do little things like that. It's not a big issue for me. Already drawn in basically the eyes and the nose, and that's the main bit. Once you've got that, it's like human beings. You've got the nose and the eyes and the mouth, and then the rest of it just comes into fruition. So yeah, I'll be doing this. Yeah, I think it's going to look pretty nice, and you know, hopefully Sonny's going to be happy with it, man, and his wife. Anyway, let me draw this now. Okay, so had a bit of an issue with the color of you know, the dog, and the brown wasn't good enough, so I had to order a new one. So I had to rub it out. It wasn't the right shade, so what I'm doing now instead, I thought, alright, rather than not doing anything, I'll do the background and the grass and stuff. And I've made changes to the original drawing, original photo, because Sunny told me that it was during the winter time, so it was more yellow, so I'm going to make the grass more green and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just adding in the background, so as you can see, it's just kind of like me just sort of doing the little bits and features and all that. First of all, what I normally do is to add the blacks in when it comes to colour pencil. Get the blacks in, make sure I've got the highlights and the darks, and I'll start adding the colour in as well. Now normally, like I said, I change the background. Now if anyone wants to get a portrait done in the future and wants to need to change the background, if you want a complicated background like that, I would charge extra. Because I'm doing this as one of my first ones, obviously Sunny's got a nice little freebie in there, you know, because this background's taken longer. I'd normally charge much more, but obviously he's one of the first ones, so I thought, let me just do it so I can have a nice background with I think his original background, like I said, was boring. Normally what I would do is the background's relatively complicated. It's not complicated to the point, you know, that it's crazy, but you know, considering that the original was very plain, what I would do is that for Sunny, I'm not charging him no extra, obviously, because he's one of the first ones I'm doing. But if anyone wanted a different background as complicated as, you know, I'm willing to do it, but obviously it's going to cost, innit? It's going to cost more, depending on the background. Now I would have charged Sunny more for this if you know, in the future, if he wasn't if he wasn't one of my first customers. I would say, all right, if you want this kind of background, I'm willing to do it. This is how much additional will cost, or stick with the plain background. So I'm doing this because obviously it's one of the first ones I'm doing. And secondly, I want a nice kind of, you know, nice photos, drawings for my website. And so, you know, Sunny's getting a nice little freebie here. Here's Sunny, you're getting a nice little freebie. You know, nice little freebie. So you know, all I'm doing is just kind of working. I'm going to do as much as I possibly can without drawing the fur, because I'm going to have to wait for that. So hopefully I can just do as much as I possibly can and get that thingy. Yeah, I have to kind of like blend everything in a bit. Just thingy. Oh, sorry, I forgot to re-record it. So all I'm doing is just adding in the colours and building up the layers. What I'm doing with the background is that I've started with black, as you can see, quite rough. And then what I'm going to start doing is to start adding in the browns, the greens, and stuff like that. So you can kind of see, you know, I'll start adding greens in as well. The original drawing didn't actually have much green. just because it was in winter, but I'm going to use artistic license to kind of like figure out how it might look in summertime or spring, whatever you want to call it, spring or summer. So it's going to be more greenier up there, as you can see. Yeah, it's kind of it's going to come out nice. Even here I'll be adding more. This is very rough. I have to keep on adding. So this is relatively simple grass per se. Well, this bit will be simple, but when I get more further down it'll be more complicated. This is more of an illusion. Your brain's making you think you're seeing grass and lots of different lines, but it's not really. It's it's like a magic trick almost. The same with the background as well. It's like a magic trick. It's almost like making you think, like, there's loads of complicated stuff. Though in reality, I've had to kind of scrimp. Sorry, Sonny. Sorry, my man. Can't draw every leaf, Take freaking like 50 years. And every branch take me like forever, Got other things I need to do. Anyway, I'll show you the next stage in a bit. Okay, so I've kind of drawn in the background. As you can see, kind of showed it in. I'll neaten it up later. There isn't really much I can do now, just because of the fact I'm waiting for the brown. I don't want to do too much at the bottom because it starts to smudge, so I don't like working downwards because my hand's going to go here and I don't want to ruin it. So as you can see, I've kind of added in the trees, made it more spring rather than I think the picture was in what is it called, winter or something. So yeah, I need to kind of like neaten it up. So what I'll do for now, because there's not much more I can do with this one, just because of the fact that I'm waiting for the colour pencil. I'll go on to obviously the KESAN one. So the KESAN one obviously is much bigger. Like I said before, gonna have this famous photo of the guy, policeman attacking the Sikh guy, old Sikh man, and then on this side I'll have the Langar. Not sure. This side I'm just copying the picture, so it's relatively easy. This one, guy in the middle, I'm gonna make up. It's gonna be a compilation of different people. And then this side is going to be made up to a point, so it's kind of a mix. Now what I'm doing here is I'm just putting in the way I'm working. I'm still learning how to do stuff, so I might make a mistake, I don't know, but the way I'm doing it is I fill in the blacks here, the darks, as black as it can go, and then what I do is start adding the rest into it afterwards, putting kind of little details, and then I'll colour it in after. Not sure if that's the best way, but that's the way I'm doing it. Same here, kind of thingy. Now what I'm going to do with the helmet is I've shaded it in, but I haven't actually added because on the here there's a lot of scratches and stuff. So what I'll do later on is add the scratches and everything in later. Yeah, I think it's going to look good. It's hard for me to visualize because normally when I'm doing my black and white pencil artwork, I can visualize exactly or almost exactly what it's going to look like or what I want it to look like when it's finished. Because this is my first big color kind of like artwork, which isn't like a straight copy, it's hard for me to visualize in color 100%. So I'm kind of like, uncharted territory. My brain will get used to it anyway. I'm very good at visualizing things. This is one of the things that, maybe it's a gift. I can just imagine, I can just think of something and it just pops into my head and I can get a very good visual image of it and then put it to paper. So it's something that, an artist should have. Yeah, I mean, this one's not, I haven't really spoken about nothing else apart from the art stuff today, to be honest with you. But there has been a lot of crazy stuff going on. Maybe I'll do the end of the video just talking about it, about, respect. I'm listening to the live streams as I'm doing this. Obviously, catching up. So, yeah, this kind of, this like situation about these guys saying the most craziest stuff about children, and then they're screaming about me, not about the people saying what they're saying. They're screaming about Ultra, screaming about Villy and stuff, screaming about, you know, the people actually playing the clips instead of actually saying, okay, what are these guys saying, man? Like, why are they saying this stuff? Like, what is it acceptable? Yeah, I think Raspect is verging on a nervous breakdown, if I'm being honest with you. But Raspect, you're going to listen to me, dude. Don't start telling people the Sikh community is going to call me out. Because, dude, two can play at that game. Yeah? You understand that, don't you? Like, keep the Sikh community out of it. Because it's between, you know, individuals. And, yeah. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'll have to concentrate, I'll have to turn the camera off, because what I need to start doing is actually blending stuff in right now, because this part, I can't really concentrate at the moment, that's the thing. So you can see the turban, the blue turban of the old man coming there. I was originally going to have that guy here as well, and over there, but it just won't make sense in terms of, it just wouldn't make sense. So rather than doing that, I'll have 3 separate people, but all of them old men, old Sikh men with turbans. So you can just kind of like, you know, use your own imagination about, all right, so, you know, who are these people, where they come from and stuff like that. Big up to the Sikh farmers. They stormed the fort, the Red Fort. You know, I don't really agree with violence and stuff, but, you know, sometimes shit happens. What can you do? I'll be doing a show on Sunday about it with Boops and everybody on there. Triller, hopefully. Raindrop. You name it. You know, the regulars. Manny as well, hopefully. You know, all the regulars. Okay. Yes, I've added a bit more detail. What I'm doing is basically just colouring it in and putting out the lights. Now, one of the things I want to do is that, you know, obviously the detail isn't in there yet. I'll be adding lots of whites and stuff to bring it out and kind of like thinking it. And one of the things you can do with colour pencils, which is quite good, you can pull out the whites like this with an electric eraser. I know the world has really developed the electric eraser. Some people are so shocked about the electric eraser. Like, you know, people have sent people into space, man. It's not a big deal. You know, it's not like it's, you know, just a little motor. I mean, I could probably make one if I wanted to. So, obviously, I'm going to pull the whites out and stuff. So, should have already found out where my freaking rubber was. Yeah, it's like 6 in the morning at a minute. Yeah, I should really get back to proper sleeping, but this is the problem with freaking drawing, man. Like, I'm just get more done at night time. I just do. It's just the way it is. I'm gonna try and go sleep, you know. Give it a little bit of time so I can just rub it out, the highlights and stuff, and I can kind of blend it. So yeah, obviously this is the KESAN situation. I'm doing a show on Sunday. I don't know if I've repeated that. And I'm not sure how long it's going to take to finish, to be honest with you. I've never really done drawing this size, so I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm going to have to pull out the whites. So I don't want to do it now, to be honest with you, because what I realised, when I put too much detail in too early, it starts to kind of, it's kind of pointless. It kind of, what's called, I have to just do it again later. One of the other things is that, you know, obviously it's a learning curve. Is that these blending stumps come in very useful. I've had them before for my pencils. So when you're doing pencil artwork, you blend them. These ones I didn't really use because they were too hard, but they're actually perfect for colour pencils. Not good for thingy though, for charcoal pencil. Okay, so yeah, it's coming out alright. Hopefully I can do it justice. It will, you know, will convey the message I want, which is actually a positive message. It's not necessarily about, you know, it is about the protest, obviously, but it's about, you know, the concept of langar, which is free food. That Sikhism, you know, is one of the main components. You know, every temple has free vegetarian food, and you know, you can go in there and just, you know, eat as long as you're respectful and you're not intoxicated and stuff. You know, you can go in there and eat. It doesn't matter who you are. Not anybody. It doesn't matter who you are. There are people that try and say that certain groups can't come in, certain groups can't go there, but no, the Guru's langar, yeah, it's for everybody. You know, it's vegetarian, obviously. And so that's what I'm going to show, that this brute here is going to be sitting here eating the food, you know, of the people that he's oppressing. So yeah, I did that. I mean, like I said before, the concept's going to change. This ain't probably exactly what it's going to be like, but it will be similar. I'll kind of adjust it accordingly, because this bit I'm going to have to make up. Obviously using reference points. We'll see. Yeah, I just jumped off Raspects. I'm trying not to go on there because obviously it just doesn't let you talk. So there's literally no point. But somebody jumped on there, a Sikh guy, used to go by the name Illuminati Expedition, and the guy here is talking trash about me. And he says he's a Sikh from LA. And the guy has no understanding of what's going on, what's happening in the conversation, why I'm saying what I'm saying. And the worst thing is, the guy literally in emails was begging me like I was like some freaking favorite Sikh, and now he's chucking me under the bus. I hate fake people. Just tell me you don't like me from the beginning. Yeah. I might expose him hard. I've emailed the guy. Depending on his response will be how harsh I go, because I hate fakes. Don't pretend you like me and then start chucking me under the bus afterwards because, you know, I didn't do your stupid little interview and now you're butthurt. Yeah, I'll keep that under my kind of to-do list, depending on the email that little freaking beg sends back. Yeah, I just jump on now. Respect is really shook of me, man. I don't know why. He just freaking won't let me on the panel. Yeah, and the thing is, I said to Respect, like, the reason why Respect can't defeat me, and he won't like what I'm gonna say, I'm too similar to him. Yeah, we have a very similar mindset in not in lots of things, but in one thing. We're very stubborn, and we're like a dog with a bone. Like once we get our target, yeah, I'm like a heat-seeking missile, and he's like a Rottweiler with a dog with a bone. And you can see when he does it, he just relentless. And I'm the same. That's why he can't actually defeat me. I'm a bit like, you know, I'm the Batman and he's the Joker, or the vice versa. Yeah, I've got a feeling this, you know, we're going to be dancing the dance when we're old men. Now, obviously, he's triggered because of the expose and what we've done about. And guess who was on the stream though? Nonce Collis. Oh my god! I mean, seriously, man, how can you have the nerve to call other people pedos when you have somebody like Nonce Collis on there? Yeah. Now, there's another guy called Fulges, obviously. I'm not even drawing, man. I'm talking too much. Hold on. This is the problem about me doing this. I do actually want to start to try and do like a fast motion capture, but I just haven't got the equipment, to be honest with you. And with the coronavirus, you know, I'm just not financially in that place. I'm still well, I did catch up with my previous commission work and all of that. I've got to just think about business at the minute. And that means, yeah, building my pet portrait business up is going to be my main thing, because I actually really enjoy drawing pets. It's fun, actually. People are quite annoying to draw, to be honest, because you have to really concentrate, yeah. And I'm not saying I don't concentrate with the pet portraits, but when I'm doing fur is actually quite relaxing, because I'm just doing lines on the fur, yeah. And although to other people it'll be difficult, obviously, to me it's quite, like, I can actually kind of like think and, just do the fur and then just like zone out, and I enjoy it. Yeah, it's like very repetitive. and so although it takes time, it's very repetitive, so I enjoy that. So what I'm going to do later on, you'll see, is that here, see these whites here, I'm going to hit them with a what's called kind of like a highlight, highlight white, so it's going to ping. At the moment I'm going to leave it dark, just because of the fact that I've realized when I actually start putting too much detail in too soon, what happens, it starts smudging and all that. So what I've learned the hard way is that don't put full detail in, especially whites, until the end, or near the end, because you're just going to be wasting your time. So what I'm doing here, if you can look here, I'm just kind of like layering up the sky. Obviously nice blue sky while he's beating that old Sikh man. Yeah, it was Independence Day for India yesterday, was it? Screw India. Banyu, India, Banyu. And I don't mean India as a land, I mean the country India. India is a country. The concept of India has only been around since 1947. Yeah, India has been there for thousands of years. I love India, but the concept of the country India at the moment, the way it's been formed, is something that I'm against. Obviously I'm a Punjab separatist, not really a Khalistani, I'm a Punjab separatist. I want a separate Punjab for the Punjabi people. Obviously everyone's welcome, but it will be like, anyone in the Punjab, no matter what, caste, race, or even religion and stuff like that, doesn't matter, should separate from India. Obviously I'll give my arguments on Sunday when we do the show, and yeah, I'm not sure when to do the face actually. I might have to do that later, towards the end. Yeah. Now, I don't know how long this video is, to be honest here, but better leave it now actually. I think that's enough. And I'll do another one in the future, so you can see here. This is how it's looking at the moment. Only thing I don't like is that the helmet, the colour is off. It's a little bit more greeny here. What can I do? Can't do nothing. Can't freaking well get the exact colour all the time. So yeah, I think it's coming out alright so far. Not looking too bad. So yeah. Anyway, I'll be keeping updating all this stuff. I'm actually falling asleep, so I better go to sleep in a bit. Anyway, big up to everybody. Take care.